So, yeah, I mean, whatever I said about my childhood in the past, it was an incredibly valuable thing for me. It was unbelievably enlightening and fascinating on all sorts of levels. In terms of like what I was doing as a kid, like what I was doing, for instance, on the farm growing up, like work I do on the farm, assisting my dad on the farm, basically. Um, so yeah, there's like one element of it which was like incredible. I loved it. So fantastic. And maybe I didn't love it all the time, like at the time, if you know what I mean, because a lot of it was just like waiting around and helping out with fixing something, but it could be half an hour of just sitting around while he does something underneath the tractor. I was like, yeah. But like always with that sort of stuff, like the work growing up as a kid on a farm, it's always like you're obliged to do it. So you got to do it, really. You got to like help your dad out. There's no like two ways about it. At least to keep him company, right? So I was like doing that often, like in my free time, and like then there was like the eventual. My childhood like got worse in terms of like how the domestic environment was sort of panning out as I got further into it. Like as a small kid, I don't think like you're pampered and cosseted, aren't you, by the rest of the family, and it's all very happy and jolly and lovely. But as you grow up, as you get older, you get exposed to more darkness. But the darkness like obviously did appear at various points throughout my childhood growing up, and like for instance, like his drinking. Most of the time, as a younger kid, I've just gone to bed too early to really exposed to that, and you get exposed to more of it as you get older, don't you? And then I realized, oh fuck me, he's drinking like all the time, and like he's actually like really angry, really wound up, really uptight often. And like, I remember like as a small kid, like various seemingly random instances in which he would just scream at me, and he beat me twice, like full on beating me, not hitting me. Like, like yeah, like a horrible, yeah, very often a horrible human being. My father, a dreadful man in a lot of ways. It's terrible, like Stalin, totally that childhood. However, on the farm, I did have an escape from all that, and like this is what I would do. I would make myself scarce, and you can on a farm. So like, is this possible? And it was diversified. So we had gentlemen next door to us renting a workshop, and these gentlemen were engineers, and they were as well. These are actual engineers. People know about machinery, and to take it apart, put it back together again. Like they're always doing something, and it seemed like a cool fucking gig what they were doing. Like the lawnmower repair, that was the front of the business. But I think it was like some sort of engineering firm back in the day, wasn't it? Like where they were working on stuff, tinkering with things in their spare time, like building cars and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, like there was, and I go around there for tea all the time to chat with them about. So like, these are sort of like guys into conspiracy theories and science. They're nerds, yeah, like or like yeah, sort of a wizardly presence on the farm. Like I did grow up with the troll, my father, but. Yeah, the old land, the uptight land baron with his fucking dresser and his plate. It was nonsense, and yeah, oh god, like a man who cannot unwind no matter how hard he fucking tries. And yeah, it's comical in a way, but it's comical in a sick and brutally dark fashion. I'm gonna have to write about growing older, aren't I? No. Yeah, like so engineering like permeated my childhood. It surrounded everything. Livestock growing up, it was beef. Yeah, more on a serious level. I was a younger kid, so we had I can't remember how many head of cattle we had at the peak. Maybe slightly more than hundreds. I don't know, maybe less than that. I don't know, 100 cows or so, and haymaking, and livery yard for horses, and that was always there. Likewise, the engineers were always there. The nerdy gentlemen, the wizards. Yeah, Shiny Wizard or Dark Wizard, Sam and Nigel. But yeah, what was it going? Yeah, they'd have things like an image of a space shuttle in their kitchen, and they were all into this: space, science, computers, maths, tech, everything else. Right at the and like this was my window into the world, into the real world, and it sort of gave me like a pivot upon which to focus through things. And he would explain how resistors and transistors worked, and how electrodes worked, and what LEDs were, and what components of circuits were which. I can't remember which was which now, probably, but I mean, I think I know what I can identify like a resistor and a transponder still. I don't by any means know their symbols in circuits, and all that shit from physics at school. Like circuits is always just like the stupid bitch of a bit, isn't it? And I teach you about electrical flow and so on. I was never cut out with circuits. I do the other stuff like cosmology and astrophysics and stellar evolution and astronomy and and energy and this sort of thing. But ways of harnessing energy, that was very interesting to me. Nuclear fusion was very interesting to me. The LHC was very interesting to me, particle physics as well. But no, circuits were not of interest, particularly. Maybe there should have been more. Well, I don't know. I don't really like going into electrical engineering ever, so that's not really my focus or interest. I suppose it's like structural / mechanical / or aeronautical and civil and engineering. Those sorts of engineering. Yeah. Turbines and things, and anything involving a turbine. Not really automotive either. Not really. I know how the internal combustion engine works. It just doesn't interest me all that much. I'm far for hydrogen as an idea of propulsion. It is more efficient than fossil fuels. Hello, Elias Anderson. It's more efficient than fossil fuels. Hydrogen is for this reason. You don't have to dig up like oil. You don't have to pipe oil to a distillation plant and fractionally distillate, ship it around the globe. You have a finite amount of hydrogen. You can just get as much as you want from water. You just have to like electrolyze water, get hydrogen and oxygen. I am fine today, thank you. Elias Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so engineering permeated my childhood. And so I developed very much like this was along the lines of the sorts of interests that were presented to me around me. Pictures of space, pictures of planets, stars, galaxies, cosmology, and the Hubble Deep Field, all this sort of thing. And and building model aircraft in my spare time, and interest in trains, that propulsion thing, and then jet engines and all this sort of stuff, planes, trains, automobiles, and tractors, also cool. But like my earlier thoughts were like, to my father, I wish I could like design agricultural machinery when I'm older, maybe. If I learn how to draw really well, it was never encouraged. He never encouraged engineering. He never promoted it. He never talk about it, discuss it. Discuss a scientific career or a technical engineering career. But it's like I had to drift and pivot myself towards it all on my own. It was never fostered and suggested. It was, I've been bullied into some sort of path that it always actually involved owning the farm and controlling that, being a farmer, or being a farmer along his line of being a farmer. Well, I don't know what his objective was to have me work for him until I was 35 or something, and then I get the farm. when he finally loses his nut, or he ever really has it in the first place, like a squirrel endlessly chasing a single nut. you need to see him to understand him. You need to see a picture of him and to like know what he's like from that. Know his attitude. I hate that man. He is. I hate him. It's like he's this weird and unconscionable synthesis in exact proportion of Homer Simpson and Ned Flanders. Like they got the two characters, Homer and Ned Flanders, and went amazing British. Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's the libertarian versus the authoritarian right wing, is it not? And as a battle, fighting it out in his head. And I represent everything about the world he can't fucking stand. Like, leftism and liberalism and technology and progress. Like, he hates technology. He hates like a DVD player that refuses to learn how to use it. Yet he's a man who claims to once be able to fly a plane. I've never seen him fly. I've never known him to fly. Like, you can fly a plane. Well, I've seen him drive a tractor. You can drive something that complicated, but you can't use a DVD player. He's always getting me to put DVDs on it. Oh, I can't do this. Like, why not? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that people, everyone his age, farming community or not farming community, they've all got smartphones by now. He hasn't. He's a fucking last to join him. Like, everyone, like, there's like old men, like, in agriculture using computers better than him. Like, I mean, old men, like, even in their 60s. Yeah. People fucking like old with him doing it. Like, what did you want me like? And what he always associated, yeah, with the city, with like an urban career. Like, are you just gonna go for the city and do something? Like, I am. Like, whoa, why am I going to the city all of a sudden? Like, well, you like, what? What am I going to be? What am I going to be in your eyes? What am I going to be? Exactly. I don't need to be in the city to do anything. Or the internet. Like, why can't I be an engineer anywhere? If I want to be an engineer, like, the shiny wizard is the engineer on our farm. That's our farm. His workshop. These guys are. Why can't I do that? Imagine, like, build a rocket. Yeah. Just if things were different. If attitudes were different. But, like, what does it make me do, though? Like, yeah, there is always a silver fucking lining. It made me distant. It made me aloof. It made me intensely interested in my surroundings, in nature, the natural world, materials, structures, these sorts of things. Yeah, I'd look deeply into natural structures as well, physical and all this sort of thing, life and a sort of a life dominated by the chemical, physical, and biological processes of the world. I observed, clouds for hours and hours of it. I see big horizons, and that is an advantage of that life, certainly. And there's a poignancy to that, a deep and powerful beauty to it. You do see, yeah, the the majesty of nature in the countryside. Fantastic. And yeah, a joyful, beautiful, poignant experience. But nonetheless, also tainted with, frankly, like what seems to be highly unnecessary stuff. Very often, stuff that had the potential to lead me deeply astray at many points in my life, had I not focused upon, really pursuing my true interests, and getting eventually to engineering as well as physics. If I can handle physics, I'm at the point I think oh fuck, what grade I get. It's like, let's think about what I can build. If that impresses people or not. I think that's what I intend to do with this. I get these huge fuel tanks I'm going to need for this ICBM-sized rocket. I want to launch in 2 stages. That is the big question. Printed out of carbon fiber. Are they well behaved at cryogenic temperatures? Do I need them to be? Can I get them lined with steel for this reason? I'm going to make it a double kind of coated thing with a little bit of air between it, so I don't know, keep it cool or something. I don't know is often the answer at the moment. But yeah, I want to put myself fully into this project, get my engines built and tested. Yeah. I don't know what other preliminaries really need to be in place before I continue doing that. Yeah, one childhood is I don't think anyone's. Well, I hesitate to say that no one's had an entirely bad childhood. Perhaps some people have. Horribly enough. And I'm not certainly saying that I've had the worst childhood ever. It was a fantastic childhood. However, it contained elements which trouble me still. And, elements which were unnecessary, abusive, and nasty, and wrong. And things that needn't have happened. Bad things. Bad things do happen in life, and they happen to everyone, and so on and so forth. But yes. It is those early experiences that have, I think, pointedly moved me towards the STEM fields, and ultimately, agriculture did lead me back to it. So I do love agriculture. Fantastic, so good. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Bye. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, this is a chat about my childhood and its connections to engineering.